Okay, we are outside going to take a little video to basically show what goes into making a 50,000 light show animated to music. So coming up onto the property, first thing you'll see is we do have some signs to keep people out and also some chain. This is the radio sign that says to tune to 98.5, which is the radio station that broadcasts the songs over. Stepping back, this is the redbud tree. It has 3,500 lights in it. And as we start scrolling across the property, you'll see in the lawn we have sets of lights, strings of 100, 5 colors on each string. And these are the lawn lights. They are zip tied to conduit, which was bent and pushed in the ground. 3 lengths of 10-foot conduit for each one, all the way back. And you can see the different strobe lights. We have 40 strobe lights on each side, 40 strobe lights hanging in front of the house, another 40 strobe lights on the roof. And as we pan over here to the mega tree, there are 20 inside there to make a grand total of 180 strobe lights. Also on the grass there are what we call the firefly lights. These are sold commercially as lawn lights, and they are little tiny LEDs, 5mm LED bulbs that just randomly turn on and off at a slow rate, give a nice little effect in between the songs. Then here are the 3 spiral trees. Those are the only incandescent lights in the display this year. Everything else is LED. My total power consumption for everything is only 25 amps when everything is on. You can see the sets of twigs. Each set of twigs is a cluster of 3, and there are 10 on each side. They go back diagonally there and then across the yard here. As we walk over to this side, you'll see the sets of red candy canes. There are 4 of those. Those do various things within the sequencing. And here we come to the website sign, www.rosedalechristmas.com, and directly behind that is the mega tree. Last year the mega tree was 9 feet. This year has increased to 13 feet using super strings of red, green, blue, and white lights. The star on top is a 3-layer star, has a central, middle, and outer layer. Each one is controlled on an independent channel. Then again over here we have the chain to keep the people out, and another electrocution sign. And to help my mailman this year, I had installed a mailbox so that he wouldn't have to walk all the way up my sidewalk to deliver the mail. So I'll send him a little sign there. And you can see the structure of the mega tree. It's got a 2x4 base with a central pole made out of EMT conduit, and then 8 more poles that support that EMT conduit all the way to the top, and a small section of conduit on top. At the very top there's a metal, what I call the spider, which is actually a steel disc with holes in it that hold all the rope, all the strings of lights at the top, and also lock the star into place. You can see the homemade frame of the star. It is EMT conduit that was welded and hammered flat in places. You can see all the bulbs pushed through the core board, and that's what makes up the back of the mega tree star. Coming back down the mega tree, at the base you'll see a black box. Inside the black box are 5 lightorama control boards. And on the other side of the box, you'll see where all the cables come out. So the 16 channels per board, there's 80 cables coming out that control the mega tree, the star on top of the mega tree, the strobe lights for the mega tree, as well as the candy canes. Then the maple tree this year was a little bit hesitant to lose its leaves, so we took care of that. And it just has multi-lights on it. 600 to be exact. And as we approach the back of the front yard, we come to our mini trees. These are made out of tomato cages that were welded at all the seams to strengthen them, primed and painted, and then 4 different colors of rope light wrapped around. There are 20 of these. And each one took about, I would say, between welding and grinding and painting and wrapping, about an hour for each one. And directly behind those are the lights that we use on the pavers, just to add to the lights that go around the perimeter of the yard, which start there. And here we have the framework of the snowflake poles. Last year I put these directly in the ground, and these are in the ground again this year, except I put them up on poles that were already 3 foot above the ground, so they are 3 foot taller. So the tallest one stands 13 feet above the ground, and they step down 1 foot each. Pretty simple frame, just made out of 1/2 inch EMT conduit, painted black, wood base at the bottom. Then just used the regular a stake in the ground, the ones for the dog's leash, so that they can run around the yard, and just screwed it in the ground and put a screw through the loop for the leash, and that's what's holding that down in the back on both sides. Then behind all the bushes you'll see the controllers. There's 23 total, 8 in the back of the bushes on each side. Those are all daisy chained together. As I step back, you'll see the 6 foot sky pencil trees. Last year I actually put the lights on the sky pencils, but this year, because of the number of lights and the weight of the super strings that we did, we needed to make its own framework for them this year. The actual shrubs were not going to be able to handle that many lights on it. So again, there are 5 colors of each. I believe about 1,200 lights on each one of those. Let's get a close-up of that. You can see the density of lights on those. And again, you can see the strobe lights hanging from the gutters. Just kind of give a random strobe effect in front of the house. Then the bushes that have super strings of 5 colors in each one. Then for this side of the yard, inside that bedroom window is where the computer is that controls the light show. So as we come over here, you'll see the cable sticking out of the window. And the green one is the network cable that runs all the control boxes, and then the black coax cable coming out is actually going to the ground plane antenna, which is hiding right there in the back of the bushes. And that's what transmits the FM signal so that people can listen to the show in their cars, out of the elements,